welcome to HPR Racing's YouTube channel. It's been a while since I put something out, but I believe this video is going to be the start of something epic. Today we're going to go a little bit over this epic plan that my friends and I have planned and figured out over the past 3 years to do this summer. We're doing a 4,000 mile, 12 country / city state road trip in Europe. But what makes it interesting is that we are shipping this 2016 Dodge Viper GTC over there to do it. The countries that we will be going to are France, Germany, Switzerland, the UK, Italy, Spain, Belgium, the Netherlands, Austria, Liechtenstein, Andorra, I think that's how you say it. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Monaco, in which Monaco is its own city-state. My plan is to make a video that goes through everything as it relates to how to ship a car to a different country temporarily. I've watched plenty of videos, trying to read a bunch of different articles on the process and what all you need to do, and I've learned that it's significantly more complicated than what I envisioned that it would be. And so I'll be going through that, showing you the paperwork that you need, things like that, to, for this example, shipping your car from Galveston, Texas to Southampton, England, which is south of London. So stay tuned to that video. But in this video, what I'm going to talk about is actually introduce the car and all the modifications that I've done to it, to the channel, and talk about some of the places that we'll be going to as it relates to when we're there. All right, let's start with some of the things that we're going to do while we're there. For one, which I'm most excited about, I'll be racing the car around Spa in Belgium, that famous Formula 1 track, as well, of course, while in Germany, you have to go to the Nürburgring. So I'll be doing laps, a few of them, around the Nürburgring, in which the plan is to actually do them both in the same day. So that'll be a feat. Besides that, driving on the Autobahn, of course, while in Germany, that's what you have to do. But also, the next thing, which would be a lot of fun as well, is driving through the Swiss Alps, going on multiple famous passes. So I'm super excited for that, super excited to take photos and videos of the car in the mountains. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Besides that, we're gonna plan on going to the BMW museum, Mercedes, Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini museums, as well as a number of other museums. So that'll be pretty fun. We plan to stay at a few cool hotels, like the Motor World in Munich, the Dorint Hotel, which is connected to the Nürburgring Grand Prix track. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Be able to open up your balcony door and then see the track just, sitting there. So it's gonna be pretty cool. And then, of course, one of the famous ones, if these other ones aren't already famous, the Fairmont Monte Carlo in Monaco. This hotel sits right at the hairpin, on the hairpin in the Formula 1 Grand Prix at Monaco. And so it's gonna be pretty cool. All this, like I said, I'm gonna capture it all, record it all, try to remember to just record as much stuff as I can, because it's all just gonna be very, very epic. And so from there, let me go over the beast. The engine is completely stock. Nothing's done to it. Head's never been open, etc., etc. It has Bellinger headers and full exhaust, in which I run cats and or catless, depending on essentially kind of how I feel. Since I'm shipping the car over to Europe, I am running high flow cats. It has a K&N drop-in air filter. It has Doug Shelby smooth tubes and oil catch can. It has a underdrive pulley kit done to it as well to help with the water pump. But the thing that probably everyone's noticed is the nitrous outlet kit. One's a plate system that you can see here, but the other one is plumbed into the manifold itself, both by nitrous outlet. With the manifold one, it has a 40 shot that goes into each cylinder. Do the math, it ends up being a 400 shot. The plate system, or my old system, has a 300 shot plumbed into it. However, even though I have two systems, I only use one. And so the one that I use is the manifold one. The nitrous comes significantly smoother, and each cylinder gets the same amount, which is very beneficial. It also has a dedicated fuel system and its own tank that it houses C16 race fuel. All this is being controlled by a Promax dual channel progressive controller, which has been a literal lifesaver. It monitors literally everything: the bottle pressures, fuel pressures, what gear I'm in, what RPMs I'm at, what throttle percentage I'm at, the AFRs, and if everything's green lit, it turns on and gives me a ridiculous amount of power. I will say for a fact, it has saved my motor. Unfortunately, I will have to take the bottles out and the bracket before shipping out the cars, because it turns out you can't ship that type of stuff. In which, like I said, I'll get into a different video as it relates to just the process of shipping this car out. Another common problem with these cars is the oil cooler lines will start to leak. And so I've replaced them with 10 AM fitted lines. And so now I don't have an oil leaking problem. Another issue that comes with, Dodge products, and Vipers are no exception, is the transmission. The car has a TR6060, which is in, a lot of different vehicles, but Dodge cheaped out on some of their internal parts. And so I pulled the trans and got that built, as well as changed some of the gearing ratios for better track use. Of course, I've also cleaned the injectors, as well as got new colder spark plugs due to the nitrous. I replaced the diff fluid, the trans fluid. Soon I'm about to do the oil itself and replace that actually today, right after this video. The car is tuned by Cunningham Performance here in Texas. He's a good buddy of mine. He does amazing work. He works on Vipers, Mopars, Corvettes, almost anything under the sun. So hit him up if you need any work done to your truck or car. Next, we'll talk about brakes and tires. In the front, I run 295 3018 Hoosiers Time Attack Pros. And in the rears, I run a massive 355 3018 Kumo V720 ACR tires. This setup works really great, and surprisingly, those Kumos do actually hook up with the Nitrous at 60 miles an hour. The brakes have been upgraded to gyro disc TA floating rotors, as well as Hawk Performance GTC 60 front brake pads and their ER1 rear brake pads. The fluid is Motul 700. And this will allow me to not experience really any brake fade while sending the car around the track. It works pretty great. I haven't had an issue slowing down from 150, 160 down to 30, 40 miles an hour going into turn 12 at Coda. So it works pretty well. Next, we'll talk about the aero. I run a Doug Shelby front canards, an APR GTC 500, but a 74-inch one for the rear wing, and a custom front splitter that I'm actually able to stand on, which is pretty nice. This allows me to corner at very high speeds and the car remain very, very stable. There are a few other things, but that about sums up the car. Now, finally, I'll go a little bit more into the preparation as it relates to how to prepare your car for, doing a road trip. Now, this could be, what we're doing in Europe, or it could be, a road trip, to Colorado, or a road trip to California, or a road trip to, anywhere. Just in general, just advice, I guess I would say. So, for me and what I did to prepare for this car, I got new tires, new brake fluid, an oil change, trans fluid change, diff fluid change, a coolant flush, an alignment, and then I took it to a Viper technician that specifies, or that specifically works on Vipers and is certified to then also look over the car. Besides even all of that, I sent out my oil samples to Blackstone Labs so that they can, sample the oil and tell me how healthy my engine is, in which my engine is still very, very healthy. And, yeah, like that's basically what all I did, got the injectors clean, all new spark plugs, basically all the maintenance things that you can think of that you should probably do them before going on a big trip. It will help you in the long run. Make sure there's nothing leaking. Just keep up with the maintenance and you'll be good. In the next video, I will talk to you all about what it takes to ship the car to Europe. Thanks.